Hey guys, let's talk some upgrades. Hey guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another video. And welcome back again to the channel that's your home for tech, toys, and talk. And of course, the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. So let's talk a little bit about, well, what's been going on in the dimension. So in a previous video, you might have heard me talking about the garage shelving upgrades. This is not something original I came up with. A lot of people have, a couple people got the ideas, and other people have thrown their own little spins on it, and it's amazing. Now, behind me, I used to have about maybe four or five different bookcases going from side to side. As you guys can kind of see, I still have the one bookcase right there. So we replaced basically 4 bookcases here. Maybe about 3, maybe. I think might have been 3. Anyway, anywho. So I replaced them completely with these shelving. Now you can buy any kind of garage shelving. It's completely up to you. However, I followed this one creator, and I'm going to have a link to their original video. So if you want to check out what they did, it's definitely worth it. They were not the originator, but they took the idea from someone else and they ran with their own spin on it, and they give you all the links to everything that they used in the video. So it's definitely worth a try. And full disclosure, you guys know me. I live in an apartment building. I don't have a garage. I don't have a shed. I don't have a driveway to pull stuff out and assemble it there, or to go outside and to do the constructing, the assembling, the modifying. I did everything inside my apartment. So this is definitely something you can do inside the apartment. You don't need a whole bunch of fancy tools. You just need to use your imagination. Now, these are not the finished product. I still need to do a few more things. I need to add some black tape. If you noticed, you can see a bunch of the white wires from the fluorescent lights or the LED lights. Don't worry about that. I have to cable manage that, and he goes over how to do that in the video. It's so simple. It's easy. Anybody and their grandmother can do it. But now, I used to have... some of my bookcases were sorted by, I would have like G.I. Joes taking up 3 or 4 shelves. Okay, they were spaced out. Look at that. I have my friggin' Joes on one shelf right there. One shelf. They're on that top shelf. I don't know if you guys, let me see. Can I move my hand in front of the camera? So like the top shelf right here. That's all my Joes. Now, my Joes that are not unboxed are sitting on the top. I have a bunch of boxes right there. I also have my G.I. Joe vamp. And I have 1 or 2 other things that are just miscellaneous. They're just standing right up there right now. Then I have my Spider-Man. Again, Spider-Man was something that was taking about 3 or 4 shelves, including the top of the bookcase. And I fit all the Spider-Man figures with some room to spare on one shelf. It's insane. And again, let's take a look at Marvel. Marvel Legends right underneath there. It's kind of like it's a hodgepodge of a lot of things. I have Fantastic Four along with a PVC statue of Dr. Doom. It's one of my favorites. I have that there along with my Fantastic Four line of figures. And then I have X-Men 97 animated series figures right there. And then I have the I forgot what specifically they're called, but basically it's almost like an X-Force style costumes where they have like the 3-figure set with like Gambit, Banshee, Psylocke, and then of course you also have Storm, Forge, and also Jubilee. So I have all of them together. I have also the partnering Wolverine with that, so they are all there. It just goes from like Fantastic Four, then into mutants, and then I have my Iron Man figures finishing off that shelf. And as you guys can see, I still got room to spare. So you know that means we're adding more figures. And then the bottom shelf right there, I don't know how well you can see that. Don't, the weird thing that looks like a present, that's one of my cat beds. Don't pay attention to that. So I have my What If collection, the What If Marvel Legends figures, sweeping across over to, you know, I have Thor, Love and Thunder figures right there because I wanted to build a figure for, Cog Metal Rocks. So I have that. Then I have Multiverse of Madness figures. And then we have basically the Falcon and Winter Soldier television series figures. And also Captain America, just Captain America in general. I have everything all there on one shelf. And yes, I still have a shelf at the bottom that it has nothing on it. All it has, it has my weights. That's about the only thing I have on that. And what's really great is now the lights I have here. Okay, the lights on this case and the other case. Whoa, move it over here. Those lights, they came as one set. A set of 8 was like $47, $45, something like that on Amazon. Again, I'm going to link you to the original video that I came across, and he's going to have all the links for everything you need right there. So again, these lights, they kind of daisy chain. So they connect 1 to 1, 1 to 1 to 1. Now, I will say this. Some people have issues with heat and humidity. I'm in Buffalo, New York, basically, Western New York area. It is summertime. What I did was I bought magnetic tape, which a lot of people recommend. However, one problem, the adhesive on it was pretty damn cheap. So what was my fix? My fix was I was using Loctite super glue, basically. I applied that to the back. Let me see if I still have some here. I don't know where it is at the moment, but anyway, anywho, I used that on the back of the lights itself so I could relay the magnetic strip on there because these were falling off. They were falling off. However, with the magnetic strip reapplied, thanks to that special adhesive that's Loctite's, get the one with a brush. It's easier to brush it along. You don't need to put a lot on there. It sticks. It basically sets in like 30 seconds or so. I let it sit for a couple minutes before I applied it. And then here's the best thing. Because these are metal frames with a wood shelf, or should I say a fiberboard shelf, because it's that, you have the metal frame. The metal frame holds the lights up perfectly. I don't have anything else holding those lights up. We have the magnetic strip, fits in, because the one I got, the inside of the frame is on an angle, so it holds the light in there perfectly. Now, I still need to do some cable management. They suggest using like black duct tape or black electrical tape, whatever you have works. They tell you to wrap it around. I might just wrap it on the inside to kind of hold it in place. Now, here's the thing. At the top, you have room. You have room at the top because you have just one wire. Now, in order to run it in succession, you kind of have to snake it back and forth, which means one wire plugs in at one end, another wire plugs in at the other end. It makes it a bit snug. Don't worry. Don't freak out. Don't think that you're going to break it. You're not. These wires are very heavy duty. They will bend, and it kind of helps hold it in place too. So it's going to be a snug fit, but it works out. And what I did was, these are all one set, so they kind of connect two cases. Now, mind you, these bookcases, these garage shelving that I actually got on at Walmart for $64 a piece. That is definitely that is a win all day long. So for about $130 before tax and shipping, I mean that's pretty damn good to get those two. Now, I will say this: they do. Now, I bought the bed sheets, microfiber bed sheets from Amazon. That was not a problem. You're going to need a heavy duty stapler to staple the sheets on there. Now, what some people will say is to steam it first, or it helps if you can have someone helping you to hold the sheets nice and taut, very, very snug, very tight, so you can get a better feel for them. Now, what I might do in the future is I might actually, because I am planning on doing this with the rest of the room, I'm thinking that I might just paint them black. Some flat black spray paint, no gloss, no shine to it. And I think that's going to have the same effect. Reason why I'm saying that is, one, it can be a little time consuming and trying to cut the sheets up, especially if you don't have a proper work area like I didn't. You just make do with what you can. Like I laid the sheet down on the carpet in the front room. I put the shelf down, I cut along the side, and I tried to tape it. It wasn't the prettiest thing in the world, but it works for me. Another thing was there was a special type of tile board that he recommends using. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, you could have Home Depot deliver it, but if you go to a Lowe's, you go to a hardware place, they can cut it, but it's still pretty large. Okay. These shelves, they go to about 72 inches high and 48 inches wide. Okay. That's going to be kind of a snug fit in most SUVs, unless you have a good size pickup for the flatbed itself. You're going to have, unless you have something like that, unless you have access to a pickup or a friend who can pick that up for you, it's going to be hard for you to get that home. Now, one thing you could do is you could get the sheet sliced in half. So then you have two panels. It might make it a little bit more manageable. But it's then you have to find some way to kind of marry those two boards back together. That might be more work than you want to deal with. Okay. One thing, I guess another thing you could try to do is, there might be different methods. Maybe just using, I don't know, just like an MDF board or something. I mean, if you have a hardware store around the block or something, it might be easier for you. For me, it's a couple miles away from our local Home Depot. Now, Home Depot can deliver, but they charge you like an extra $100 for delivery. So save that money. Because for those two boards, I maybe spend $40. I don't want to spend $100 just to get it delivered. Yeah, mine. Come on, get out of there. Get out of there. Now, you heard me say using staples for securing the microfiber sheets onto the shelves. Now, actually, for the back, they actually just suggest using duct tape. In case you want to, because the tile board that I got has white on one side and just plain wood material on the other. So he says, don't staple it, don't do anything like that. Just tape it on there in case you ever want to use the white background with the black shelving. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do. Another guy took white, inexpensive budget white vinyl that he got like at a Michael's or Joanna's Fabrics, and he stapled it onto the shelves himself. Now, with white, obviously, white will show dust. Same thing with black. It really does. But that's why I'm thinking like the next time around, I might just go with a flat black. And, for the shelving or for the back of the shelving, I don't know. I might go a different route altogether. I've seen people where they just kind of run sheets from the top to the bottom, securing it in different methods. Maybe I don't need a board per se. I mean, it definitely adds a nice look to it. And as you can see, this larger one, the larger one that you see right there, where I have the 3016 scale Green Ranger along with the 10th Doctor from Doctor Who, along with my sinus medicine. Don't pay attention to that. As you can see right there, I can now, if you're a 1/6 scale collector or you're getting into it, look at the size on that shelf. I could do some risers and I could have a ton of 1/6 scale figures. Or, you know what? Even build that space up in a weird diorama. I mean, there's a lot you can do. And now that my 3D printer is up and running, there's so much more I can do. And speaking of more, let's just take a look. Now, yes, as you guys can see, okay, I got a bunch of my Transformers on that shelf, but I have one hot toy, two hot toy, 3 hot toy, 4 hot toys. I have 4 hot toys to unbox. One of them is one that we had in the Dimension previously, and I'll be doing another unboxing video for him. About 2 years ago, I had Endgame Captain America. I had to sell him in Spidey 2099 and also CW Flash. I had to sell those to raise some money for some medical funding that I needed. And long story short, it's something that happens. It's a fact of life. It happens. So, recently, I was able to come into some money, which I'm glad that, basically my unemployment from way back in the winter, they finally paid out, almost like 8 or 10 months later. No, more like 6 to 8 months. So I found myself with some extra money. I was like, you know what? Let's see if I can find Captain America. And I did. And I actually found him at a deal. So I got him. I got Spider-Man. That is Miles Morales' Bodega Cat version. I actually have Doctor Strange from No Way Home. That's right. The Doctor Strange with the altar when he's setting the spell. And also I got Spider-Man, Tom Holland upgraded suit. So I have 4 Hot Toys to go along with the 1/6 scale figures that I have up there. So there's going to be a lot happening in this case, and I can't wait to play around with it. Can't wait to see what we can do. Also, yes, if in case you're wondering, that is the Playmobil Firehouse from Ghostbusters. And also I have a diorama, which is a fully accurate facade of Hook and Ladder 8 in New York City, the fictional home for the Ghostbusters. So I have that right there. So yeah, by the way, in case you can't tell, those boxes are covering up some ghost traps that I have right there. So yeah, there's a whole lot I can do with the shelving that I do have, like this. And let me just bring the camera back up. As you guys can see, I have some Lego stuff up there. I have the Wolverine Claw. I have my Ascension Megazord from Hasbro, which apparently they're abandoning the Ascension project, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I have Lego Spider-Man up there. I have Lego Goblin up there. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I have some Gundams laying on the ground right there. And of course, we have the Lego Optimus Prime there. So there's a lot that I have going on there. This shelving right here, yes, I have my Power Ranger shelving. All this is, at some point, I'm thinking of replacing, of course, Ghostbusters, of course. I am thinking of replacing these bookcases with the same kind of shelving, because look at how much space I freed up. Okay? For reference, look at all that right there. I have so much room. And it's not even funny. And this is stuff that took up maybe 4 bookcases. 4 bookcases. Everything was packed to the brim. And look, I have tons of space now. Now, yes, some people will set up little diorama scenes. But for me, I just kind of have stuff, in a fun way, displayed. And yes, I am going to be doing a tour video at some point in time once I have everything finalized. But as you can see, there's the bamboo printer, P1P, with the AMS. I finally got it working, and the thing that was preventing it from working was a loose wire inside. One little loose wire was causing me all kinds of chaos, and now I'm printing, like, there's so much I want to print, and it's not even funny. Just so much going on, but yeah. And as you can see, the room is still a little chaotic. I still have a mess everywhere, obviously, because this room is used for storage, along with just me using it as my computer area and my collection room. So, but this looks so, I mean, one thing, after I started putting all the figures on the shelves, swear to God, it made me think, like, Jesus, I thought I just had like so many figures, but once you get to display them all together, like all my Spider-Man stuff, all my G.I. Joe stuff, all the regular Marvel Legends I have, I was like, Jesus, I got a shitload of figures here, man. And the thing is, it makes me feel weird and good and awesome all at the same time. And it's just great. I can't wait to finish this up. Now, with these shelving, sometimes what they do is they'll say get some clear acrylic or plexiglass. And what you can do is you can get some magnetic strips, just like with the lights. And you can get that so you can affix that to the sides of the bookcase or the garage shelving, and then you could put it on the front as well to kind of protect it mostly from dust and such. So that's a little method that, like, instead of like the DTOFs or the Moji cases that you can buy, this is a budget friendly option, because those Moji cases, they can go up in price, and it can take like what, 8 to 10 months to get one. Whereas this is something you can do on your weekend at home. And like I said, I'm not done yet. I do want to get some acrylics, but I have a Comic-Con to go to in a few weeks. I also want to catch up on some bills, so it'll be a later project later on in time. But it's so insane how, I mean, I love this. This is freeing up so much space. And also, these lights, the lights I got from Amazon, they're adding so much more light to the background here. Like this, it lights up the room. As you guys have seen in previous videos, there is no light. There's no light fixture in this room. There's nothing. So what I was using before was, I had a rope light, and I really need to remove that one because that one's just trash and garbage. I have my key lights for when I'm streaming here or recording a video. And then I have the lights that I have in the bookcases. You know, that's all the lighting I have in this room. You know, that's all the lighting I ever have in this room. The little puck light with the hole going through it, which again is kind of daisy chained. But just to show you guys, I mean, yeah, this is adding so much light. And what's great is they all connect together. I have them plugged into an outlet. Now, what's weird is that wall, behind that wall is an outlet, and there's a light switch. That light switch actually turns the outlet on and off. So if you put a lamp in there, that's your lights. So it works perfectly. I didn't butt the shelving right against the wall. I made sure that there's enough room so I can put my hand back there, hit the switch, on and off, bread and butter. Now, I do want to get a deeper shelf, because this shelf, I think, these shelves, I think, are 18 inches long, I think, or 18 inches deep. Your standard shelves, like if you buy a bookcase, are going to range between 11 to 12 inches, maybe on average, 13 if you're lucky. So with that little bit extra room, I have a lot more real estate. That's another thing. That's why I can fit these on these shelves so perfectly, is the width and also the depth of it. It works out fantastic. Now, if I get a new bookcase or new shelving, I am going to get a deeper one. Why am I getting a deeper one? Well, you can't see because of the 3D printer, but I have my Proton Pack, my Afterlife's now being converted into Ghostbusters Frozen Empire Proton Pack. And the Proton Packs, if you've ever seen them, they kind of rest at an angle, okay? Well, I need that angle. If I'm going to do the enclosure part, I need that angle. I need enough space. So I think I'll be going for the 24-inch deep, and I'll have enough space for the Proton Pack, or to display both on my Proton Packs, because I do have two. And yeah, I just think that will work out so much better. Maybe some larger props will fit in there too. So I have a few different ideas, but you know, I think this is a home run. I think it's a win. I think you would be a fool not to try this yourself. At the very least, I mean, hell, if you don't like the black, you can do any kind of fabric on the background. If you don't like the black frame of these, guess what? Buy some flat white spray paint like Rust-Oleum that bonds to plastic, metal, wood, and all kinds of materials, and make yourselves a white one. If that's how you want to roll, whatever color you want to roll with, you can get like some Rust-Oleum, because it perfectly bonds. A lot of people will use them for props because it bonds to a lot of materials instantly. So that's what I would suggest doing. I mean, it's so versatile. These are 64 now. I will say this: if you're going to do this method, be careful of the garage shelving that you choose. Some of them have a bar going along the center of each shelf. Okay, to add a little bit more stability. You don't want that, because guess what? That bar is going to prevent you from putting these fluorescent lights up there, because it's one long bar. It's a 4-foot bar basically going across, 48 inches wide, 4 times 12, 48 right there. So it's a 4-foot bar. So that light bar is not going to fit if you have a center bar going through. So if you try not to put the center bar in, depending on the type of garage shelving you're using, that might weaken the stability of it. And I will say this: if you're assembling one of these garage shelving units, have somebody with you. I did it by myself, and I was cursing like there was no tomorrow. I swear to God, guys. I shouldn't swear to God, but I was swearing like a sailor. So there we are, guys. So much more room. And what's crazy is sometimes when you're going through your collection or you're reorganizing your figures, you're like, what the hell? I have more room all of a sudden? I mean, hell, I have a bookshelf. I have a shelf right here that's filled with actual books. Just books right here. I'm like, I have tons of room now. Sadly, I am contemplating, let me see if I can bring that back up. I am contemplating boxing the Power Rangers. Since Lightning Collection is actually no longer a thing, and as sad as that sounds, I'm kind of thinking about doing that. I have so much Power Ranger stuff, but it's like, I mean, what am I going to do with it now? It's like, it kills me that Hasbro did that, but that's a story for another video or another stream altogether. But guys, tell me what you thought. What do you think of the casing? What do you think of the bookshelves? Do you think it's an improvement over these white bookcases with little small little puck lights that don't add enough light? Whereas I have background lighting now that helps light up this whole area. Usually I have a lamp on in the background. I have that off right now. It's making a major difference. And yes, it is, the light is obviously on camera. It is washing out some of the figures. As you guys can see in my Elgato camera, it kind of washes everything out. But if we switch back over to here, I mean, it doesn't wash them out completely, but there is a bit of wash out there. Maybe if I did a warm light, maybe it wouldn't wash them out as much. That is an option. You can go on Amazon, you can get the bright white light, which is what I went with, or you can go with a softer, warmer light. So there are options you can play around with. I just think that this adds so much to it, and I really enjoy it. I mean, in person, it doesn't wash it out, because right now, the shelving is basically being displayed with, now you can see like this center one right here. You don't see the light bar as much, but the bottom one just so happens that that's how I have it positioned. And you can see the top ones because we're kind of getting it at an angle. So you can see the light. But for the most part in person, you don't see them washed out. They look fantastic. It looks amazing in person. But guys, that's it. Long enough of the video. I rambled enough. Let's just say I rambled enough. I could keep on going on, but you guys don't want to hang out and hear that. Maybe for a live stream in the future. But guys, tell me what you thought. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think of the new shelving? Is it a big difference? Let me know in the comment section below. And by the way, guys, if you're new to the channel, please do me a favor. Hit that red button. Hit that bell for notifications to get alerts, notifications, to find out when I go live, when I'm dropping a video. Come out, be a part of the dimension, guys. But guys, you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. Keep on busting. And I'm always going to catch you on the flip side. Take care, guys.